Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 126, excuse me, of the Too Sweet Wrestling Podcast. We got Get Your Comedy Podcast up in here. We got Resilient up in here. Got B-Rap up in here. What's up, buddy? How y'all feeling?
Good.
All right. Shoot, man. It's been a hell of a week in wrestling. And I guess we're going to look at a couple things from AEW Dynamite. First and foremost, we getting Jericho and MJF again, man. I saw this. I was like, oh, dear God, please not again. Not again. And sure enough, Jericho comes out and says, this is not over yet. And it's like, they did War Games and they did Stadium Stampede directly after that. And it's like they crapped on War Games. And to me, they crapped on the labor of Jericho's storyline in this one. What do you guys think about that?
I 100% agree. I mean, the labor of Jericho, he had kind of switched matches a little bit. It'd be okay.
Right.
But, they dropped the ball on this.
Right, indeed. Man, I was expecting somebody else to come out or something because get to the back of the line. What happened to that? Go to the back of the line.
For real, I think it would have been better if they had like Lance.
Right. Right, man. Anybody but MJ to me.
It's a movie, but so we'll see what. So.
Yeah, Hoovie ain't the same Hoovie. I think it's safe to say that. Resilient, what you got?
Well, I'm sure if like the final fight between Jericho and MJF was necessary. I think that this is Chris Jericho desperately trying to give it closure before possibly going on tour for his commentary endeavors or whatever.
Right.
I mean, it was good, but maybe not for all out,
Right.
Maybe for Dynamite or Rampage.
If anything, they should have just, if they was going to do this, they should have just had the labels of Jericho end it all out. And then we'd still been at the same spot. All right. Twitter Spaces crapped out. So we're back and we're talking the CM Punk promo. And CM Punk comes out, and of course, the dude can barely say anything. We get CM Punk chants going everywhere. And he gives a fairly good promo on Darby Allin, but what stole the show is the yes chants, and we get a Daniel Bryan tease. And what are you guys' thoughts on all of that, whether it be his return in Chicago, or your thoughts on his promo, or both? Ice cream bars.
But man, he's coming out here and just
Right. I feel you. I gotta say, man, the return in Chicago was special. I'm glad Get Your County Podcast on here. Brother, you from Chicago, the greatest wrestling crowd in the history of wrestling. Bar none.
Thank you. And y'all know New York's pretty good too. They're fairly knowledgeable.
New York's pretty good, but it's something. Right.
Chicago's A-, it's right there.
Right, I feel you.
Yeah, I can say the same thing about all over Canada. That's where I live. But Toronto, up here, Toronto is the wrestling fans. You know what I mean?
Hey, Canada is nice too.
Canada. All these cities we've been to, not likely.
Yeah, Wyoming. not quite up there on the wrestling fan list as we speak.
Utah.
So,
go ahead, what you saying?
the Daniel Bryan tease, man, like I really am a fan, and I was telling my brother this the other day. The underrated part of CM Punk's return is Daniel Bryan is out of sight, out of mind. So when he shows up, it's gonna be a hell of a moment. But CM Punk mentioned it, and now we're kind of expecting it, and it's like we knew, but we didn't know.
Overshadowed Bryan Danielson's return.
It has, but like I like wrestling when we don't know. Now we kind of expecting maybe All Out. We thinking about it now.
And get your podcast.
What's up, Daniel? What's going on? I'm gonna DM you about an interview real soon.
Yeah, take your time.
Nevertheless, speaking of CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, like I got this wild theory that CM Punk and Daniel Bryan is about to be either on the level of or very close to what Nash and Hall was when they came to WCW.
You know what? I have to agree with you on that. I really have to agree with you on that. I mean, it was although I see people like Haystack, who, you know, the great ones, you know, I see Saturday before he even made it to WWE.
Right.
And so, like, I'm a big fan of the Monday Night War era.
Me too.
And I would have to agree with you on that point because they are the new version of Hall and Nash. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, when go ahead, you got it.
I mean, like, yeah, I would say I actually would go a little bit over and say that the two of them are way more over than Hall and Nash in this moment right now.
Definitely.
Definitely, I would also agree with the new version. I mean, both of them, the only difference is that both of them are super.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, we ain't got to worry about no showing. The high and dry order. Yes, I gotta agree with that. Like they are dependable. We don't have to worry about them. But
The difference here is that I don't think Bryan and Punk are going to overshadow everyone else, right? But let's see how it unfolds.
Yes, thank you. Good point.
yeah. Right.
I'd love to see them two go at it again.
Eventually, I would as well, but I think the bulk of the beginning of the runs, they're gonna be working with the young guys and like getting them over.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that.
I would like to mention that it probably would have been a nice warm-up for CM Punk to have CM Punk versus Danny Bryan, only because like CM Punk's been out of the game for 7 years. Danielson has always been like wrestling, so like he doesn't have that regress. But you want to go into a match where you trust somebody. You want to go into a match where you're fighting Darby Allin and you don't know anything about their kid, about like the psychology he has in the ring, or not. You're gonna have him as your first opponent. Like he should have eased his way back in and be like, is there someone here that I can wrestle with on my first time to get back into the flow, and not just pick a crazy Darby Allin.
Well,
I agree with that. But obviously, he chose Darby Allin himself, so obviously he's probably seen his work too, right?
That's true to an extent, but then again, like the UFC.
Exactly.
well, one way or another, it's gonna be very interesting. Like out of the gate, we're gonna see if that's the old CM Punk or an old CM Punk. We're gonna sit out the gate. I mean, me too.
I don't know. I was kind of maybe I don't know if I can do a pay-per-view, but
Well, it'll definitely be interesting. And speaking of CM Punk, man, I ain't never got yelled at as much as I got yelled at last Friday morning when I posted Happy CM Punk Day. Now is a fine time to say this fire burns is better than Culture Personality. And that started a fire burn. And I said I'd at least bring it up on this podcast. What you guys got? This fire burns or Culture Personality?
personalities. Well, you guys know that I'm no longer a CM Punk fan. I once was, but I'm no longer, so I have no comment.
Right.
Okay. It's enough for the hype and the fun, but well, I don't know. Both are good, but I'm going with Culture Personality. I mean, Living Color even performed it live on a WrestleMania thing. Yes.
It did.
And the song is iconic in itself already, so Culture Personality.
Okay.
So also take it to another level too.
It does.
You know, well, it's like which one do you like now? You like I review like the original Y2J. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, another good one.
It's hard. I mean, both kinds of music are kind of like alchemy.
Right.
So that's Jericho sings his own music too, right? So yeah.
Old 60-year-old Jericho in the booth with some headphones on. Oh man, that's funny. But I guess I'm alone on this one. I will go with this fire burns as we move on. Man, speaking of something burning, Becky Lynch came back at SummerSlam, and first of all, like, okay, I wanted to see Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks ain't there, so Becky Lynch pops up. I'm like, hey, Becky Lynch, and we get Bianca Belair and Becky, and it's over in 5 seconds. And I'm throwing stuff in the air, like, what the hell is going on here? And apparently, Becky Lynch is going to be the heel in this storyline, in this feud. Do you think that this is going to work out? Becky Lynch as a heel? Do you think the crowd will accept it?
I mean, a very well-built heel Becky, it does work because, I mean, we've seen her before. But all of the build-up from Bianca Belair from the Royal Rumble, the way she did it just went away. And I mean, I'm glad I did it. I can't believe they took the woman out of her house, the next to her baby side, due to a last-minute decision and just, I mean, I don't know, I personally wouldn't have done that, right? But definitely not this way.
I'd love to see Bianca Belair heel versus Becky Lynch heel feud.
Yeah.
Oh, sort of like a revenge, because honestly, the way that it went down, I wasn't expecting Becky to come, right? But like the way it went down was wrong to Bianca. You sort of like just squashed a super baby face that he just had in WWE. Like she was the baby face. Imagine if Bianca would have kept the title. That would have been like, yo, Becky, you came back to work me. You know, and then you start to heal Becky because Becky was like, fuck this, I'm the baby, and I'm showing you again even after having the baby. Like, don't even play smart, man. Like, don't play shit smart at all. Like, Bianca getting twice, like, that's fucking stupid. Really, I like it, but, you know, it'll lead to a big feud down the line. Coming back with a ponytail. What the hell is up with the ponytail? Like, what the?
And we're getting to that next. We're getting to that next. Hold that thought.
I was just gonna say that he looks in really good shape. Shape.
Yes, yes, indeed. With that being said, well, before we get into that, I'll just say, man, I agree with you guys. You spent all that time building up Bianca Belair, like WrestleMania, all of this stuff, just to have this end in 26 seconds. And I think the crowd is going to reject Becky Lynch as a heel. Like, the last time they tried that, the crowd just kept cheering Becky Lynch and cheering Becky Lynch. Like, she even said, Edge, be careful. Don't break your neck again in the crowd for that. Like, I think they're going to cheer Becky Lynch. So, I don't like it, but I'll give it a chance. Nevertheless, you guys brought up Brock. And here came Brock with the ponytail. And I'm like, well, that's new. Hair slicked back. And Brock is back. And we have a storyline. You know, Brock caught Paul Heyman with his side chick. And now Paul Heyman kind of caught in the middle. And we have Brock and Roman. And what do you guys think on this storyline? How do you see it going?
Hold on, man. I'm gonna put him jumping. Do you call Roman the side chick?
Roman is the side chick. Yes.
And you call him the side chick?
Roman was my tribal chief until John Cena embarrassed him on the microphone for the second time. I had to denounce him after that. I had to denounce.
Like a history moment that he just turned on Roman Reigns and called him a side chick.
Well, Paul Heyman been with Brock Lesnar all them years. And Brock Lesnar leave for 5 minutes and look what Paul Heyman doing. With the side chick. What do you guys, how do you see this going down?
Paul Heyman. Go ahead, brother. What happened? He came out too early? No, they're pulling the trigger too early on Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. That was supposed to be for WrestleMania. So they were, with Punk returning, they're supposed to pull the trigger a little earlier than they wanted to. Yeah, that's a good point. I agree with that.
Yeah, and I thought that for me, like they had set up Finn Balor, so I was under the assumption that the fall was going to be a series of matches with Finn Balor and Roman Reigns. And I got to say, I'd rather have Finn Balor and Roman as opposed to Brock being around the championship. And if Brock wins, you know, Brock is going to leave off for a part-time schedule. So,
having Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns would be good too. But did you see that picture with the tower?
I did see that. Yes. That I'm telling you, we are in the 90s and on the edge of a golden era, and like these guys, these names keep appearing, and it's like, what's going to happen next? What is going to happen next? Right. But go ahead.
Well, what is Thomas' contract in New Japan right now? Does he still have a contract with them?
Yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, I can tell you, I this much. So, Tom's contract is still pretty much good. It's just that he's going to be here in the States since Japan has a really strict CDC laws over there with like COVID. Everything was like super strict. So, it doesn't make sense to fly his brother out just to do quarantine, even though like they're both vaccinated. I think they should both be vaccinated. I know Tom is. But, just to over there to do more stuff rather than having them here and, slap around Carl Anderson, win some championship titles and build up New Japan strong. They did good.
I see some hands up. Man, y'all can just speak in at any time. Y'all don't have to raise your hands. Y'all just come in at any time and drop what y'all got to drop.
I didn't want to be rude and interrupt somebody in the middle of the thought. Acknowledged that.
It's good, man. We got Zach. Zach, what's up, man?
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
How's it going? Great, man. How are you?
I'm alright. Thanks for asking. So, with all these signings that are, projected or potential for AEW, which current talent that's signed with the Fed, who do you think will thrive outside of there once they, finish their current contracts?
Ooh.
Personal example, I think Chad Gable, and I think Mustafa Ali are two that are going to thrive once they leave the Fed.
Yes, they are.
I agree with that. I wholeheartedly agree with that.
100.
I think in a strange way he thrived, but he kept getting his legs cut off. Bray Wyatt is a guy that's gonna freaking thrive if he just gets with a company that sticks with him, because great idea after great idea, but legs cut off under him every time. So that's one that I got that I think is gonna really thrive.
Yeah. I know they're teasing him in AEW, but I think Impact would be able to book his, undead Raw-esque gimmicks. I think they would do that better than AEW, but, whatever makes them happy, that's what I want.
Right. Same here, man. Same here.
I would be disappointed in seeing a Darby Allin and Bray Wyatt thing.
That would be interesting. That would be very interesting. I'll tell you what, AEW, they gotta watch it because they kind of on the edge of having too much talent.
Yep, exactly.
And I don't want nobody to get overshadowed. They're not there yet. They're kind of on the edge.
It's definitely. I mean, people like Scorpio Sky haven't been on. Sonny Kiss hasn't been on. Yep. There's a lot of good talent.
Oh man, can we talk about Scorpio Sky for just 1 second?
Sure.
What's the point of him winning a stupid gimmick match in the fucking brass ring match in AEW, and he's I don't get it. I really don't. I really want Scorpio Sky to be fucking champion already. At least TNT champion, give him that. Or give him one time because no more titles to go after. You have a really good talent who's unutilized and has a whole career of making good matches. And you have him Ethan Page shit. He's a sidekick. We have to somehow stop having African Americans and the whole entire community to be side characters and second thoughts. There's some pretty good work and how to work to do it to carry a company. It's just that we gotta start thinking let's push that.
Does a good job with that. I think Impact does a good job with that. They had Chris Swan as for a while, Chris Beck for a while.
Yeah.
I think they do a pretty good job with diversity in their titles, but I mean, it shouldn't be one company.
Yeah, it shouldn't be impacting WWE, leaving the target in general. I know we always shit on WWE and stuff, but I love AEW. I really do. I like what they have offering, and I love the mission statement and shit like that. But Scorpio Sky was your day one. How the hell is he now you're day 100 when he's in the fucking back?
My issue with AEW too. It's there's not enough diversity. I mean, my only issue was Akira here,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And with WWE and Impact, I watch them because you put diversity on their roster. Not they're not telling you about it. They're okay, these are people, and we're gonna put them on matches, and that's it. Not advertising them. So it's we have a black person, we have a gay person.
Right.
And to bring them on,
people want it.
they push the luchadors, that kind of stuff too.
I'll take
NWA too.
I'll take the Scorpio Sky point of view.
Title on Tyrus though, immediately.
Yeah.
I'll take the Scorpio Sky point a little bit further. I said, why did they even break him up from SCU? if they were gonna, like they broke him up from SCU, and I was like, okay, he got his own theme. Okay, they're pushing him toward the TNT title, and now, like all of a sudden, he's in a tag team, and it's like, he back in the mode of a tag team wrestler.
Yeah, right. I totally agree with that. Also, wouldn't that be the biggest storyline if Kazarian and Scorpio Sky teamed up to take on the Young Bucks because like they're buddies, they're all from Southern California. If Kazarian is doing this elite hunter thing, why is Scorpio Sky like going with him to be relevant to it in the forefront? Because it's like, you guys are one's best friends. And you turn us to wear flashy clothes and be stupid? No.
Yeah. I gotta admit, yeah, I don't buy the Young Bucks as heroes. That's just me.
Shame. Sneakers too. Don't even.
Oh my God! Didn't they wear some fake shoes?
Man, don't even, man. You trying to say you represent the sneakerhead culture? You come out here with that fake.
Yeah. Yeah. Like what are they doing, man? What are they doing?
They get seen. So.
Yeah. Yep. Time to drop the titles, but yeah, they're up there. Yeah. That would make my day. I would be fine with that. Moving on, I ain't fine with this. Nick Khan. Man, Nick Khan like, I know y'all remember the Brett storyline promo where Vince is just in this dark room and it's just Vince. That's what it looked like. He looked like Vince McMahon in that dark room. And he's talking about there's gonna be changes to NXT. He didn't trash the indie system, but he said that they're looking at a different way of doing things and talked about how people leave WWE, but when in actuality they fired them. Like, what are y'all thoughts on Nick Khan and all of this?
Go ahead, Maria, go ahead. That's one thing. I'm sorry, someone else called me that too. I'll go off on someone else. Like interview and like certain quotes. Shit, this guy's the devil. He's big, man. Like, I want to be a heel, even shit about the business, but he's a true blue heel. I don't know how he sleeps at night. Obviously, all of our concerns and all of our shitty on WWE, he doesn't care. Sad to say that the way that they go about releasing people, if the wrestler is not going to move the needle for the future or the present, they get released. And not that shit, man, if you let them blossom and let them be themselves, how are they gonna move the needle for you?
And then you release Ari Sterling, who was like literally everything could have been perfect, and they're like, oh, we're just gonna go back to Samoa Joe's gas after like 10 minutes. It's like, oh man.
Hey, wait a minute. He's fat. He has an excuse. He's fat. I mean, that's according to Scott Steiner. That's not my words. That's according to Scott Steiner. Oh man.
Song about it. You know that song about
Oh man.
Anyway,
Big Papa Pop. How did we get here? Oh man. Nick
I
Khan.
think when they let go Mercedes Martinez, man, like she could have done so much with that company. It's unreal.
Man.
Eva Marie and a freaking creepy ass Joe from Alexa on the main event.
Like, what the fuck? If he wants to make it. Ew!
Wow, man. Dewdrop. Oh my goodness.
Hashtag drop the dewdrop.
Yes.
Sake.
Man. Look. When he say on one thing on Nick Khan, when he's talking about moving the needle, like, dude, you release Bray Wyatt. That guy was moving the needle. So, I don't get it, man. And the quote of the day, he was like, well, I'll take all the blame if everything goes bad. That is like Vince's perfect guy. I see why he has a job. Like, that is Vince's guy. Take all the blame. Like,
with him too, because he sees that wrestling is not going to work out to like him because he's obviously not in the business. He could probably make the biggest deal from like somebody else in Hollywood and fucking sell off WWE without Vince really paying attention. It really feels like Vince is paying attention to other things and not anything underhanded that Nick Khan may do.
yeah. I feel like. Go ahead.
Did you see that? My only hope is I hope they don't do a conglomerate like MVP or ABC because they'll die if we do.
Yeah.
You're legit Ric Flair, 7-8 man Triple H, and buy from them. What Vince did? He went from his, so why don't he get Stephanie, Triple H, Ric Flair, a couple others, and buy from Vince? End up having somewhat.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Speaking of Triple H, that dude gonna snap one of these days. They doing all this changing the NXT. Like Triple H has to not like this and then whatever is going on. Like, yeah. But
Right.
he gonna break in his house like Randy Orton. He gonna break in the house. Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely see that happening. Moving on. Speaking of jokes, huh?
Oh, go ahead. Be right back.
Well, what you got? I see a hand up. B Rabbit, got anything? If not, we'll keep rolling. Speaking of jokes, Karrion Kross, man.
Next question.
Oh no, I gotta get these jokes off. I look up and I was like, man, is that Shredder? I'm like, no, it's Karrion Kross. Oh, it's all right, man. You can jump in. Karrion Kross, what you guys' thoughts? What?
Yeah, action hungry segment.
The booger, man.
Bruh, he looked like, I don't know if y'all remember Farouk. Like, Farouk's first gimmick, he looked like that with the ugly blue mask. He looked like Farouk. But It's incredible. It's incredible, man. You had Scarlett, and like they've sent Scarlett into the underrealm, like she's nowhere to be found. And somehow,
A lot of his entrances, I felt good. A bit of it. Everybody's paying more attention to Scarlett than they were Karrion Kross on his entrances.
that's true.
Well, I mean, she is sexy, guys. She's sexy. Thank you.
I mean, facts.
Say no.
I know. I'm saying she's the eye candy. Like, I even look at her. I don't care about Carrie.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. But
She gotta look like her other than
Carry the fuck on. Excuse my language.
did y'all see that video of like, okay, after NXT Takeover, it was Cross and Joe, and like the pay-per-view went off air, and like they cut the music, and you know like how they have this moment with the fans, and like the fans were chanting "nah nah nah nah, hey hey goodbye." Karrion Kross.
They always tend to do that.
my question on Karrion Kross is what is everybody? I personally, I think it pushed him quick. I think they just give it a little more time. Then pushed him, you know.
Right.
It's when JR sang that song though. He sounded like an alien. It's like no 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 no.
Oh man, I think man, Karrion Kross, it was going good until one where the NXT roster ran that promo train on him, where everybody was taking him out promo after promo.
Oh yeah.
That's when it started to go wrong. And two, when he lost to Jeff Hardy, that's when it fell apart. That's when it was like, who is this guy? Why are we here anymore?
Right. Well, Adam Cole said it right. He said it's just for people to look at you. All they gotta do for you is ring the bell.
Yes.
That's 100% correct. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, Scarlett's fine, and she has the elegance when she comes to the ring. But, like, yeah, at the end of the day, like, there's things about him that just
Yeah, I gotta agree, and I don't see the answer or the turnaround for him going forward. Moving on to the last topic of the day. Speaking of Adam Cole, Adam,
may I say something that has nothing to do with wrestling, though?
sure, take it away.
Rest in peace, Charlie Watts from the Rolling Stones. Thanks for sharing your
Yes, rest
Thank
in
you.
peace. Rest in
Thank you for
peace.
the music and for the legends. Yeah.
Really?
It look so easy.
Yes, indeed, man.
Less is more. You know what? He proved it.
Yes, indeed, man.
100%.
I apologize, all you guys, by the way.
Thank you. I'll call you back later.
Thank you. We'll follow back. As we shift to last topic of the day, Adam Cole. He lost the match with. What's up? Yes, he lost the match to.
I do have to agree with what he said at one point. He is the best talent they've ever had in NXT, and you know what? He should stand by that. He deserves to stand by that because he's earned that right.
Yes, I would agree.
He didn't respect his finishing move.
That was really cool to me.
Yeah, until it hit him where he's going.
Definitely.
That is definitely, that's the question. WWE or AEW? What you guys think? He's staying home or?
Dynamite is right now. I hear rumors that he was offered a $1 million contract.
Wow.
$1 million contract. Man, give me that million, Tony Khan. Like shit.
Like,
I was going to mention that I still want to go over to G1, and I remember telling that to Tama, and Tama was like, how are we going to go to the G1? And I was like, yeah, Tama, well, could you bring him back? And Tama was just laughing his ass off. And I was just like, I wanted to do WWE does a round of like Meet the People Strong, just for a little bit to like best off, the WWE formula, the WWE like stigma, and then like get over to AEW. Like he doesn't need to go to AEW just yet. So like wrestling does, if you're hearing me, I would go hear me. Put yourself in G1, man.
Me too. I don't really want like freelance or I don't know. AEW, they'll be looking at though for sure.
Right. At first, going either a month ago or months ago, I said I was pulling for him to stay in NXT. That was before all this stuff came out about how the show is completely changing. So I'm with you guys. Like, we got all this partnership going on, whether it's Impact, New Japan, or AEW. I'm pulling for him to go to one of those, and that way he can just work in all three. Doesn't matter, one of those. It's AEW, it's AEW, it's New Japan, it's New Japan. They're all working with each other. So hopefully we can get that. But I heard you bring something up. Adam Cole said he was the greatest of all time. I'm gonna make this the last topic. Greatest NXT star of all time. I am tempted to go with a lady on this one, but you got Bayley?
I got Bayley or Sasha because like matches they put together, all classics.
Definitely.
You know, I'm going to give you guys a company answer. All of them deserve praise of being great in NXT because without that whole generation, like, we would not be so nostalgic to be like, yo, that was the best NXT with those guys in there, with those indie guys there. So I'm going to go the company route and be like, it's all of their efforts.
Right.
Yeah, they built the NXT way you and left until now.
Now Nick Khan is destroying it. But yeah, man. Yeah. There's so many. It's not a wrong answer because they all have built like a legacy in NXT. But
I go with that. Yo.
Yeah, I'm agree with her too. I mean, she's definitely. I mean, you mentioned earlier about Sasha Bayley. Brooklyn Takeover was how long ago? You were talking about that.
I was alive.
wow,
Yeah, I was alive.
That's 8 years ago, I think.
It's the greatest NXT match ever.
It might, yeah. For sure. I think it was 3 years ago.
that's
On time. So,
You see, all that Keanu Reeves included.
He didn't even get a chance to really break out, man.
bro, y'all remember when Ryan had an NXT run?
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when James Storm had that NXT run. Yeah, me too.
It was like 205 Live.
No one here watches 205 Live. I'll tell you a little story about 205 Live.
I actually watched 205.
I don't want to go 5 Live. I just want that.
When we went to a live taping, nobody cared about the match, and there was this one fan with his baby, and all the fans were chanting for the baby, and be like, show us your baby. You know, the same other stuff. We want the baby and shit like that. And the father was like taking his kid and like really showing them off as if it was like the Lion King and shit. And it got to the point where the kid was like, sir, you can't be in the aisle, like you can't do this shit. Shut up and that, and like to the point where the wrestlers acted and like run with the baby and the other one was like hugging him and shit and rocking him. I was like, yo, what's going on?
It's gonna be the worst.
Excuse baby.
Oh man. Baby was so over anything else.
I can be in the ring and we having a hard down back and forth, and I look up. Let's talk about a damn baby. Not the match. The baby has taken over. I cannot do it.
Hijack the show.
Not a beach ball, the baby.
Right.
Yep. Yep. Baby's the most hard thing since like only in the 90s.
Or the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, but that is the final topic of the day. Unless you guys got anything else I want to throw in there.
The Walter Dragon fight at 36 takeover.
Oh, that was a classic. Like
That was probably the best match for sure.
that's arguably the match of 2021.
Each other. Right. Exactly.
Well, the first match on NXT UK, I thought, you know what, that is the best match I have seen for like 9 years. And the second match was even better. So I mean, kudos to both those guys.
And I gotta say, I was shocked to see Walter tap out. I was like, wow.
I've never seen Walter tap.
That was probably one of my favorite parts because it just happened like so quickly and like because it was like the best way I could.
Like he like it's one of those things where in wrestling when they provide something that you don't see coming, like sometimes it can be really good. What's up?
It spoke volumes. When you tap like that, it spoke volumes. As if to say, you know, the torch is passed. Well done. You know,
to me, it was like unpredictable. It was like totally unpredictable, but this showed like, you know, kind of like the toughness of these guys and how it's like, you know, it's kind of like how guys in like school wrestling, you know, like Greco-Roman, they kind of or like, you know, animals, they circle around, and then once they finally get the chance, you know, to grab at them, then they just you know, they just hold at them and just don't let go, and then to like one of them just is out, and then to me is what I thought of the match.
Yeah, it was like. Oh, go ahead. You got it.
I think he was going tap on the first look at Hash over here. I see Walter tap.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So
He clinched the hold, and then he like stepped back so that Walter was outstretched. I was like, oh, that is so creative.
Yes, indeed. I thought, like, I was on this kick to where I never thought that they were going to take the title off of Walter, and like, here we are. The reign is over, and
Well, he's gonna win the NXT World Title in like a month.
yeah,
For 2 years, and then you know if Vince ever decides he wants him up, but you know.
So I actually did have a question though.
go ahead.
So I like the tweet that I shared because I've always just found it interesting, like with how rappers and wrestlers both kind of go hand in hand, especially when it comes to like you know, wrestlers, they talk trash on the mic and rappers kind of do the same. So I always wondered, like, what rappers do you think would be like the best promo cutters, or just like
Talk somebody down real quick.
Oh yeah.
I also thought about maybe like DMX because you know, just like especially with the pit bulls that you like, the dogs that you would have.
Well, my dogs.
Like imagine if he was actually basically like the British Bulldog and the Dynamite Kid. They both have dogs.
Well, my
You see how And this is what I always talk about with like character development. Sometimes when you have something like that, you want to bring infinity force behind you. So right now, Karrion himself with the Bulldogs, and they would be so over if they would have if they were to do something.
Hey, I'm a
rap videos.
yeah. I'm gonna go with Busta Rhymes. That's my pick. I'm going with Busta Bus.
SmackDown at one point with The Rock.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know,
Yeah,
Yeah, you did.
yeah.
Ari the Russian, there was a CD called Russian, and like a bunch of rappers did it. There was Run DMC, there was Ari the Rugged Man, the East Side Boys, I think, also did one for King.
Really?
A lot of knowledge on this. Are we considering this too?
I mean, I can't lie. I like the Starfish and hot dog flavor water.
I'll pick you back on
That was pretty sure best album.
Man, on one of his tracks, like that guy was.
Yeah.
That's right. I mean, let's not forget one wrestler that was actually also a rapper too. Johnny made a ring sandwich.
Oh, be a man, Hogan.
That was Hogan's album that had like one rap track, I think, as far as Hogan's album. But you're right, Macho Man did, and he even got it endorsed by 50 Cent.
Yeah.
I know that shit.
I remember when I heard that was coming out, I was like, Macho Man on the track? I got to hear this.
Yeah. Unexpected.
And he trashed Hogan, so I was instantly a fan of it. He trashed Hogan. He was.
Again, I really even defeated the WWE. I see him on the indies down here. The WWE. I remember Savage, and I remember his brother, the Genius, as Sleeping Lanny Papa.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow, man.
Said hello, somewhat with that comment.
Yeah, man. Well, unless I got anything else to add in, shoot, that'll be the end of this episode.
What do you think is the best performance by a rapper on a wrestling program?
Ooh.
Or just an artist?
Yes. I'm the artist.
I'm gonna run with that, right? When did you perform?
Yeah, he performed at a Raw, and he also performed at another one where he was actually a guest general manager. I want him.
Hey, I don't know who.
He was. He was actually.
Go for it.
I got.
Drones, Christian Cage.
Ooh.
I think he's gonna get beaten by a peep. Like a giant yellow marshmallow duck is just gonna pit him.
Well, speaking to that point, here's my thing. They got Ace Austin versus Christian coming up at the next pay-per-view. Like, I feel like the Impact title should have been back in Impact a long time ago. Like, Moose should have had the title off of Omega a long time ago. But here's the thing. I found out why that never happened. According to a report, AEW has creative control had creative control over Kenny Omega's Impact matches. So whatever they say went, I guess. But I don't know if the situation is still like that, but Impact needs to get that title back in Impact.
They honestly lost an opportunity there because it would have been cool if Moose would have got the and then New Japan Resurgence to fight Ishii for it, and then Ishii's face and be like, yo, you never have these titles. I just wanted that one because I don't want to see another Ishii versus Jay White. Like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Ishii versus Moose if Moose had the fucking Impact titles.
Right, that would have been nice.
I would like to see Kansai and Super win a title. Do you think that this shit is going to be AEW champ?
No, I don't think so.
I can't really do it. Yeah, I don't think so.
I would. If
I feel like the next champ's going to be Hangman Page.
Yes, if anybody but if anybody but right, I agree with that. Like, if anybody but Hangman takes the title off of Omega, like, I think we got a real problem.
Jane and then Becky Lynch is going to squash him in 20 seconds. Oh my god, James Ellsworth is now. James Ellsworth.
So this tweet that I showed is from NXT TakeOver 36 because I hope you don't mind if I just talked about that match again.
What?
I had something. Okay, so he said, "How would you explain Walter versus Dragunov to a non-wrestling fan?" And I said, "A great battle of epic proportions between a strong Russian and a humble yet dangerous stone-faced German. As they throw caution to the wind, fists flying, as at any point they can finish off one or the other and win the most coveted prize in professional wrestling today."
What it was, and
It's a classic airplane dogfight. Two opposite blades flying to try and shoot down one another, picking each other apart like shooting at a broken engine, descending the other plane into the ocean while the other parachutes to safety, aka survives with battle scars.
Like Jacoby and the Red Baron.
can I?
I think the Red Baron.
That's what I was thinking.
Can I say something that has been like my most unpopular opinion? Speaking of Walter, like, I really like the dude. Don't get me wrong. He has excellent matches, but I think he's a bit overrated for my sake.
Okay,
You know what? I have to agree with that to a certain extent.
I respect that.
Walter's not sorry guys, he's nowhere near my top 5, and I get it, he's a big guy, it's intimidating. Do I want him to top me?
No.
But the thing is that, like, sure, he's a big guy, man, but what else can you do, man? Like, I need to see a little bit more, like, either personality or something to make me be like, oh yeah, man, Walter could kill you, you better not go after him. But that doesn't really, nothing really does it for me for him.
Right. Right.
Like
WWE's a little too PG for what he did before he got there. Like, he was kind of like an actual, like, war general, where he was like raiding people and like doing all this stuff. Stuff to do in the Fed.
Wow.
oh shit.
I gotta look that up then. I gotta look up his previous work.
Rank camp, like, you know, mind like the book that
My struggle.
action basically on that name. It was like him, Magner Bartel, and
Yeah, that definitely makes sense.
whatever it is today. But without that.
Right. Right. I'll definitely go back and look that up to see his previous work outside of WWE, because the first time I ever seen him was, I think, on a takeover. So I got to look up his previous stuff. But I guess that is it. This is episode 126 of the Too Sweet Podcast. Man, if I'm not following y'all do me a favor, either follow me or DM me so I can, whenever I post it, I can at y'all and give y'all some love for coming through. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for coming through. Zach, B-Rap, Punk Fan, good show, comedy podcast. Check them out. One of my favorite podcasts. Darrell, Marie.
Likewise.
Oh, thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. And Resilient. Thank you guys for coming out. And see you guys next week.
Next week.
Good day, y'all.
All right.
Stay
Take care.
Peace out.